Hey guys, so in today's video I want to look at why large sedans with a V8 are dying and which ones are still living to tell the tale. As the world shifts to more fuel efficient vehicles, naturally the V8 will get replaced, but it's still a tough pill to swallow, especially for car enthusiasts and those who love muscle cars. I can't imagine that one day not too far away there might be no sedans with a V8 for sale. So we're going to be going through which big V8 sedans are still around, looking at their performance and cost, and then explaining my thoughts and reasons for these sedans, and the V8 in general, quickly disappearing off the market. The cars we're going to look at are for the large car or full-size sedan category, and all the prices and options I discuss will be for the US. I also want to talk more about the Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300 in this video, since this channel is Mopar based, and I do believe these are some of the best bang for your buck options when it comes to large V8 sedans. So basically we're going to look at two things: the shift away from sedans to other types of vehicles, and the shift away from V8 engines in general. So right now in the large car / sedan class, there's a bunch of different options for 2018 and 2019. I might miss a few, but here we go. So we got the Toyota Avalon, Kia Cadenza and K900, Nissan Maxima, Buick LaCrosse, Chevrolet Impala, Ford Taurus, and the Mopar duo of the Chrysler 300 and Dodge Charger. Some of these won't be around much longer either, like the Taurus or the Chrysler 300, which are going to be discontinued after this year. We can also move up a level to luxury large car / sedans, where we can find 2018 and 2019 options such as the Tesla Model S, Lexus GSF, Audi A7, Genesis G80, Infiniti Q70, Mercedes-Benz CLS Class, Cadillac CT6, BMW 6 Series, Lincoln Continental, Cadillac XTS, and Acura RLX. So even though there are still a bunch of sedan offerings on the market, as we can see, companies are now putting turbo 4s and V6s, such as those found in the Cadillacs, Taurus SHO, and Audi A7, or just naturally aspirated ones. Out of all the cars I mentioned on this list, just 6 models continue to offer a V8 right now: Genesis, Infiniti, BMW, Lexus, Dodge, and Chrysler. So the Genesis G80 has a 5-liter GDI V8 with 420 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. The G80 model starts at $57,000. The Infiniti Q70 starts at $63,350, and that comes with a 5.6-liter V8 with 420 horsepower and 417 pound-feet of torque. The BMW 6 Series has many different models like the Grand Coupe, Alpina B6, and 650i Grand Coupe that come with a 4.4-liter twin-power turbo V8 that delivers 445 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. And something like the Grand Coupe starts at $81,500. Moving on to Lexus, the GSF has a big starting price tag of $84,350, and that comes with a big 5-liter V8 that produces 467 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque. Then we move on to the Mopars. The 2019 Chrysler 300S has an optional V8 for $3,000, so add that to the price tag and you end up at $39,395. That V8 is a 5.7-liter Hemi, which makes 363 horsepower and 394 pound-feet of torque. The Charger has 3 V8 options for 2019, starting with the RT, which costs $35,995 and has the same 5.7-liter V8 as the 300. The 2019 Scat Pack has a 6.4-liter V8 Hemi that makes 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque for $39,995. And the 2019 Hellcat jumps up to $67,045 and a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 that makes 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. So first of all, clearly the V8 large sedan is a dying breed and is being left only for the more expensive luxury sedans. We've just went over 6 V8 models, which isn't many to begin with. As I say in the title, the Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300 remain a rare breed because they're the only V8s left that give you some really decent performance for under $40,000. In fact, the next highest price is $57,000 for the Genesis G80, which is quite a lot of money for a vehicle for most people out there. Now I'll show some charts and graphs that take a look at performance for all the V8s that we've covered today. So for the price, the Chrysler 300 and Dodge Charger RT and Scat Pack are both $40,000 and come with a V8 and good performance numbers compared to the rest. The sedans from Genesis, Infiniti, BMW, and Lexus all have similar performance, but they come with way higher price tags, tens of thousands more. It has to be said that those cars are priced based on both the performance and their luxury name and features, where the 300 and Charger don't have that same degree of luxury built in. For example, a BMW 6 Series customer might scoff at the idea of a Dodge because BMW cars are a lot fancier and they're nicer places to be inside. But when a Scat Pack pulls up alongside it, it'll probably be a bit faster. And that's what I'm trying to say with this video. The idea of big performance V8 sedans are dying, and few car manufacturers are willing to make these cars anymore. In fact, both the V8 and the sedan are dying in general. With the sedan, customer markets and consumption have been shifting in recent years away from the sedans and into SUVs, crossovers, and trucks. Plain and simple, automakers are ditching these sedans that don't sell well. For example, Ford isn't making any cars at all, and making the vehicles that sell the most and make the manufacturers the most money. On to the V8s. For many years, the V8 was a popular choice amongst Americans at a decent price point, but now your options are limited to pony cars, a few Chryslers, some pickup trucks, and all the luxury sedans that we went over. This video is more focused on the sedan V8s, as we've talked about, but there are examples everywhere of cars going to smaller engines with less displacement and more turbocharging and boost, like the new Ford GT with a twin-turbo V6, or the BMW M3 with a twin-turbo incline-6. Take Porsche, where other than the V8 Hybrid 918 and the Panamera GTS, every single model is a 6-cylinder. And the alarming part for those who love V8s comes when looking at pickup trucks. Ford has been offering an EcoBoost options for years, Chevy is adding a 4-cylinder for 2019, and the Ram is very popular with the Pentastar V6. Even writer and YouTuber Doug DeMuro, who I'm sure you know about by now, had some similar comments. He wrote a column on Auto Trader when he was driving a brand new BMW 740i. And he said that he loves V8s, and his last 6 cars he purchased all had V8 engines. The BMW he test drove, however, was powered by a 6-cylinder, and he said it felt capable enough, and even said that he thought most customers wouldn't bother with getting a V8. There is one thing that could extend the life of the V8. In April 2018, Trump's government rejected an Obama plan for fuel efficiency standards by 2025. These standards wanted to have the average fuel economy of 2025 cars to be 50 miles per gallon, but Trump's government said this was not realistic and wants to lower this goal significantly. So to finish off the video, big V8s are exhilarating for drivers. The V8 sounds different to other engines because of the firing pattern, and this sounds amazing to our ears, unlike anything else. Combine that noise with all the torque, and you get a car that just feels fun, aggressive, and breathtaking. Just these factors alone can make a V8 powered car feel faster than others. Unfortunately, the V8 options today are limited, and for sedans, you can only get the Charger and 300 for under $40,000. So, while V8s won't be gone tomorrow, they are slowly dying, and we live in a world where many car enthusiasts and V8 lovers will have to accept that this engine may become extinct or reserved for very special cars in the near future. Hopefully the Hemi can stay alive in the Dodge Charger once it gets a refresh for 2020 or 2021. So that's the end of this video. What do you think of this topic? Do you think the Charger and 300 are the best bang for your buck V8s? And when do you think the V8 will go away and not be used in cars anymore? Hopefully that day doesn't come for a long time. There are definitely arguments in favor for things like environmental factors, but I'm looking at it from the point of view of car enthusiasts who have found a passion, hobby, and love for cars. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Mopar and car content, and I'll see you next video.